Hey everyone, this is C Crypto Daily Buzz. Today is Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. This channel summarizes the most important crypto news for investors in Southeast Asia. 3 stories today. Japan setting up a domestic spot Bitcoin ETF as early as 2028. BNY Mellon planning tokenized US Treasury settlement on its own blockchain. And US spot Bitcoin ETFs stretching their inflow streak to 6 consecutive days, even as Bitcoin pulls back below 66,000. Story 1. Japan is expected to launch its first domestic spot Bitcoin ETFs as early as 2028, following the amended Financial Instruments and Exchange Act that Japan's upper house passed on July 15th. The Financial Services Agency will revise investment trust rules so funds and ETFs can hold crypto as a primary asset. And multiple Japanese asset managers are already preparing. Analysts project up to 3 trillion yen, roughly $20 billion, in inflows by fiscal 2028, mostly from retail cash. The revised law also brings insider trading restrictions and raises maximum prison sentences for unregistered operators to 10 years. My read for Southeast Asia. When Japan follows the US framework, Singapore, Thailand, the Philippines, and Indonesia get a real regional template. Bullish long-term, but actual flows are 2 years out. Does not change your positioning today. Story 2. BNY Mellon, the largest custody bank in the world, has told clients it plans to launch a tokenized US Treasury pilot on its private blockchain by the end of 2026 and to build out 24/7 US Treasury settlement by 2027. BNY custodies over $50 trillion in assets and handles about $2.4 trillion in daily U.S. Treasury settlements today. The bank has already completed post-trade Treasury transactions with a stablecoin issuer earlier this year. This is the first time a top U.S. custody bank has publicly committed to blockchain rails for core government securities. For Southeast Asia, OFW remittance providers and regional exchanges could eventually hold interest-bearing U.S. Treasury reserves on-chain, 24 hours a day. This directly competes with how USDT and USDC structure their reserves today. Bullish structural story, but execution risk is real. Story 3. US spot Bitcoin ETFs have now posted 6 consecutive days of net inflows since July 13th, adding roughly $779 million total. Tuesday alone brought in $203 million, and spot Ethereum ETFs added $37.5 million, their 3rd day in a row. Right now, Bitcoin trades near 65,770, down about 0.5%, after touching 66,200 earlier. Ethereum sits near 1,926. My read for SEA traders. The streak is structurally bullish, but Coinbase premium is still negative, and fear and greed sits below 30, meaning retail has not confirmed. I would want a clean daily close above 66,500 before calling this a real breakout, or a rejection down to 65,000 before flipping bearish. Quick recap. 1. Japan targets domestic spot Bitcoin ETFs by 2028. 2. BNY Mellon plans tokenized US Treasury pilot by year-end. 3. US spot Bitcoin ETFs hits 6-day inflow streak, but Bitcoin fades below 66,000. This video is for information and education only and is not financial advice. All investment decisions and risks are your own responsibility. If this video was helpful, please subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell. And if you want more chart analysis and trading insights, join our free Telegram channel. The link is in the description below. See you in the next one.